Rookie here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
And it was wallpapered, like it had like 3 different layers of wallpaper on it.
Okay, so we're talking about removing wallpaper in JT's bedroom.
Or not.
Or not. That is the hardest thing to do, is remove wallpaper.
I'm not that person. For some people, it's fun. There are people that really enjoy doing it.
They like the satisfying slight, but that's only if it comes off in big chunks.
Yeah. If
it comes off in little pieces, it's torture.
It is. And if it's been there for a long time.
Double torture.
And there was the house, I'm not going to say where, there was a house I lived in, but it had about 3 or 4 layers of wallpaper in the kitchen around the top, like that.
Oh, the border?
Whatever you call it.
Some of those borders with chickens and pigs.
It had chickens on it.
Did
yep.
it?
Yep.
I mean, that is...
And so
I don't care. Even people that love French country are like, come on with the chickens.
It had chickens on it and dark wood cabinets.
Of course. That's on brand.
Right? For the house, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I painted it over with Kills, and then I painted it with regular paint.
F it.
I'm thinking in my mind, anybody that decides they want to redo this kitchen anyway, it's all coming down.
Yeah.
They're going to tear out everything anyway. So, and I wasn't going to be that person. So I'm just like,
Doesn't matter.
I'm just painting over it. And so I did. And so I don't know how that turned out for him. But I do
you know
know
what?
that
You don't care.
I do know that house, they ended up painting the garage door red, and the rest of the house was not. So you know what? I don't think they cared.
I don't think they cared. No. If they make those kind of choices, they don't care.
They probably liked it. They may have thought it was okay. All right. So huge weekend of podcasts. It was a ton of fun having Julie Cornell in and also having John Oakey.
Double shot of John. Double shot of the Oak.
Yes.
If Oakey last name, number one, Oakey could easily have played into Oakley. That would have been a great nickname. But Oakey and Oak, the Oak, great nickname.
Yeah. Could have been Oakley Dokley.
Oakley Dokley. Didn't think about that one. It could have been Oakley Dokley.
He ended up being the Oak.
The Oak's much better.
Kind of popular, they said. He was getting kind of popular, that they said. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So thank you to all of the Okies that came in. And I know there's a lot more that we never met, but I'm sure we will.
I think
someday we'll get
I don't
them
think
back
we have
in
a
here.
choice.
I know.
Okay, so 402-403-9478. Our texting is blowing up with wanting you to start a Toon Blast team because mine, Rusty Justice, is too full. We got this is from this is from Lee. Lee suggesting Pod Squad for your name.
Pod Squad.
For Toon Blast.
Honestly, that's not bad.
It's pretty good.
I'll have to check and see if it's already in there. I haven't really checked around to see what's available. But trying to think of a name for my
It's been so long ago since I started the team. Like, do you have to reach a certain level to start a team, like level 30, and then you can start a team or something? I don't even remember.
You have to be at a certain level before you can require that people who join your team are at a certain level.
Oh, that's been so long ago for me. I don't even remember.
And so I'm at like 30. So
30. I think 30 is like a good. I think 30 is one of those levels. Like that's where you start getting 22 times you develop a habit. At 30 on Toon Blast, you're hooked.
Something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. But yeah, some good requests or good suggestions for some names. Do you have any others?
There is JT's Friends was one that came in from somebody I don't know. It says JT's Friends, which is great.
That's not bad.
Okay, and this one is from Mary. Hi, Mary. She's saying, Pat, I want to try to make you feel better. We talked a lot about me peeing in the closet, especially with John.
Last 4 or 5 days we talked about it.
She says, I caught my husband peeing at the stop of the stairs several years ago.
The top?
She says stop. So I wasn't going to say anything.
Go with the top, but that's okay.
But
thanks
stoop,
for pointing it
top,
out for
stop.
The stoop, the stop.
I thought maybe I just didn't know something about stairs. Like is the long first stair, is that the stop of the stairs? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I gave her the benefit of that. But it says, like you, he had no recollection of it until I told him why the carpet was wet the following morning.
Oh.
Like a naughty pet, I made him rub his nose in it, in quotes, by making him clean it up the next day. We also had house guests at the time, so unfortunately they didn't hear they did not even hear it. And they didn't walk on that portion of the stairs.
Good. That's very lucky.
That's awesome.
See, that makes me think because here at the Parkville studios, we were changing out one of our rooms and we decided to swap our studio into a different room, which I am thrilled with, by the way.
Yeah.
I wish y'all could see it. We'll take more pictures so you can see more of this, but we're slowly getting rooms painted and we decided let's put this over here and do this over there. So in the studio where we had a giant palm plant.
Yeah, it was one that Beth's mom gifted me.
Mm-hmm. That was a bad move, Beth's mom.
It's like
Beth's mom should have thought twice about that.
Houseplant hospice is what is what I basically am.
So he's basically been overwatering it. to the point of every time he waters it, he says, every time he waters it,
Yeah.
it waters the floor because he moved it. And then I go in and I'm painting and I'm trying to cut on the bottom there around the baseboard. I'm like, the floor is wet.
Did you instantly think, did Pat pee here? Is
Right?
that what you thought at first? That's
wet.
sad.
I was in the corner of the room.
That is so sad. And that
the
was
floor was wet.
we took a little nap one day, woke up, hosed in the corner. That's sad. That's
But I
the
had
first
to
thing you
think,
think
no,
of.
the plant was here, so I know it must have been the plant.
Yeah,
again.
and when I lifted up to move it, it was wet.
So you overwatered.
Yeah, but I haven't watered it for 2 days, I think. I don't remember. It's like, I don't remember.
Did you get instructions from her?
No,
Anyway, okay,
just
go ahead.
not kill it.
Okay.
This is from, I don't know who this is from, 0600 or the last four. So I was listening to your episode about speed traps in Omaha and as they were being pulled over for speeding.
Yeah.
And it says add Cornhusker to the list. Cornhusker is a lot of speed traps on Cornhusker.
No kidding.
Cornhusker,
And I think,
370, lot.
I think there was absolutely. Hold on just one second here because on Twitter, I got a post. There were three of them, as a matter of fact, talking about that very thing, talking about the speed traps. And I think it was on Cornhusker
Yeah.
where the sheriff hangs out. She was letting me know, and I think it was Aspen that wrote in too to let me know this because she just got back from the NASCAR race last weekend in Kansas City.
Rusty Justice team member. Thank you.
Is she? Is that? Oh,
I'm assuming that's Aspen. I don't know many Aspens.
I'm sure it is. And I can't find it right this minute. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's Aspen. And she just said, catching up on the podcast, it was in Kansas City this weekend for NASCAR, like 3 exclamation points. Haven't seen much this year, but usually there's a Sarpy sheriff between Harrison and Giles on 192nd.
Oh.
School zone there. Lot of tickets.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of tickets. So, yeah, she got to, that was her 5th year going to the NASCAR race, and she got to meet Samantha Bush.
Sweet.
Who was married to Kyle Busch. And CMT had a short-lived Racing Wives TV show, which was a car crash.
I bet. Oh, absolute wreck. I'm sure it
total
was.
Car wreck, NASCAR?
Yeah.
NASCAR wreck?
Yeah, I got it.
Just to make sure you
yeah,
got
I
it.
got it. I got it.
Okay, good.
I got it
But
the first time you told
I
it
tried-
yesterday.
Yeah, I tried.
got
I just want to make sure you missed
I
it.
picked it up. I may pee in closets, but I picked that
Right?
one
You
up.
picked up what I'm laying down?
I got
it. Yeah, so it was. And I tried to watch it, too. It's not at all like
It's because Andy from Bravo didn't do it.
it's not the same.
They know how.
They wanted to do that housewives type feel, but Racing Wives, and it's just,
Not quite the same.
but you did get to learn a little more about the women, so
Which is cool.
That's all right, but good for her. So, okay.
A text from Amber and Shay said, listening to your Verizon story on the podcast a couple of episodes ago, completely understand where you're coming from. I switched from Straight Talk. I switched to Straight Talk and couldn't be happier. $65 a month for unlimited. It comes out automatically every month, and I don't have to deal with Verizon basically making me add unwanted stuff. Win-win. So Amber and Shay which Amber and Shay sound
Straight
like
Talk.
a country band, but yeah, that's Straight Talk.
I'm gonna look that up because I wanted to do. I'm just like I'm good to go with an off-brand. I'm absolutely fine with that because these days they all use the same towers.
Right.
You know, it's not like they have their own tower system and it's just 2 cups and a string or something. You know, they literally are using the same systems.
It's all about, and I have read about like if you have like Cricket or if you have Sprint or Verizon or whatever, that they do make the iPhone sometimes isn't the same. Like they buy less, so it's about the phone, not necessarily about the service. The service is all the same. So if you get, go to Cricket and buy the cheapest iPhone you can, it might not sound as good as the best iPhone on AT&T, but
this is true. Now I will say that my parents, they just got on Great Call, and I had them do that because it offers a lot of other features like GPS and like the emergency phone call. There's only one button to push, and you make that call.
Yeah, that's cool.
There are several other features that are on there as well that I liked because I wanted because they live this they're on the farm, right, so to speak, and Dad's taking care of the horses and mowing and on the tractor, and Mom's doing her stuff, and I wanted them to have a little better features for not so much money.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And seriously, their
just bend
phone.
you over.
Oh my God. And their smartphones are really nice and they sound awesome. I mean, sound way better than their old phones that they had, which were really good, supposedly, phones. They both had flip phones, but they had the best ones you could get from said provider. And now their little smartphones,
Slick.
they're doing really well with that. Dad loves maps and he loves the weather.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
And
So
of
just
course
like
you-
any good farmer.
I've been trying to tell him for a long time
Right?
that you guys have so many things.
Yeah. So now he's got the weather bug. And
Love
so
look
pull up
Weatherbug every morning.
and touch that map, and boom, then it shows them exactly what it thinks that is.
See, look at all those fun toys.
Awesome.
Gene, look at those fun toys. Let's see. Let's go to texts are just coming in like crazy. Let's see. This is from 402-403-9478. No name.
Okay.
But it says, my dad goes to On the Cheap Meals. We were talking about cheap meals a few episodes ago. My dad goes to On the Cheap meal for us growing up he called it army food. Because he's a Vietnam vet, it says. It was white minute rice, ground beef, cream of mushroom soup, and she hated it. That sounds awesome.
It does, doesn't it?
Sounds great.
Minute rice, ground beef, cream of mushroom soup.
Yeah, that sounds great. And
I love cream of mushroom
I do
soup,
a version
though.
of that in ground beef. This would be like the more elite version of that. It's like chicken. Like you put rice in a casserole dish, some breasts of chicken, cream of mushroom soup, mix it up, and bake it with
Uncle Ben's brown rice.
I know you're starving right now, so this is not helping.
It's killing me.
I know.
Uncle Ben's brown rice.
Delish.
With the chicken breasts and the cream of mushroom soup. That was the instant rice. And
that's awesome.
That is like, that's total comfort food.
Why does comfort food make our bellies big?
I don't understand that.
I don't understand it. It's not.
I mean, there is nothing that, and when you say comfort food, salads don't pop up.
I got to curl up with an apple. I mean, that's stupid.
I did get me some egg drop soup yesterday.
I do love egg drop soup.
Hy-Vee's egg drop soup is the real thing. And I get like the medium-sized tub of it.
Yeah.
And just, oh God, so good. It's not as good warmed up. It's not awful though, but
we got Chinese food from Hy-Vee yesterday. That's what the kids.
That's what I got.
They had a great deal. What kind did you get?
I can't remember. I think it was the almond chicken.
Oh, okay. The kids
and not on the rice and not on the lo mein, but those really slender, slim noodles.
Oh, I don't know. I've never had it.
They had it at the Stony Brook Hy-Vee.
That's where we were at. What time did you go?
About 4:30. 4:30.
That's actually about, honestly, I swear, because they had a good deal on the app, no big deal. They had a deal on their single entree bowl, like super cheap. So
okay.
I'm going to look at some text messages that I sent because I really think that we were there at about the same time, went to Stony Brook Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had to get a couple of things and then I was like, I'm just going to get some egg drop soup. That's all I was wanting. And then I'm standing there looking at it and I'm like, what are those noodles? And they were these, I can't remember what they called them too. They were just like angel hair almost, but they were a noodle, a little lower calorie than the other ones, but really good mixed in with the almond chicken. And I also got some beef and broccoli. So I got a little scoop of each. So that's sitting at home right now waiting
That
for
sounds
me.
delicious.
I'm starving.
We were there. It was like 5:15 that we went. So it was a little bit later.
So I got there first.
Yeah, it was a little bit later. Kugler Vision supports our podcast. We appreciate that. They were one of the first ones on. They were the first one on. So thank you very much to Kugler Vision.
As a matter of fact, they've been exclusively our supporter of our podcast, and really appreciate that. Honestly, couldn't be happier to be involved with anybody because, the success stories are far and wide, and there are people that come to Omaha specifically to see Kugler Vision when they're talking about any kind of procedures on your eyes. I mean, for anybody, when you think about doing anything with your eyes, that's serious stuff, and you want the best, and they are the best. They are the only one in Nebraska that offers all 7 procedures that are available, determined by a series of tests, what would be the best option to correct your vision. And if you're wanting to ditch your glasses or you're tired of the contacts, I personally can't think of a better place to go. And I know what it feels like to have that procedure done and be done with glasses and contacts.
It's such a huge relief. So KuglerVision.com, you schedule your consultation. And then when it does come up, hey, where'd you hear about Kugler Vision? Mention the Pat and JT podcast. We'd appreciate that. They'd appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Took a picture of a guy ordering Chinese food there in front of us.
Yeah.
He looked like I thought he looked like a werewolf, first of all, but it was his hair was sticking straight up. He had his pajama pants still on, a sleep shirt, obviously you could tell, slippers, legit slippers, a beard, his hair, like he had just woken up.
Like a little troll doll?
Yeah, but he was like almost scary. Like, dude, what's going on? His hair was standing straight up.
Crawled out of bed.
Just crawled out of bed. And it was 5:15 buying Chinese food. And I took a picture. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Waited to see what he crawled back into.
Maybe
just crawled into the back of a pickup
with
a shell on it.
Did you see the sample situation at that Hy-Vee?
I steer clear, man. I don't even go close.
I didn't even have to get, I swear to God, I did not get food for myself because I ate so many samples. Walked right in the door and it was.
There was stuff everywhere in
Everywhere.
that store. And I mean, there were so many, and I'm like, I just don't have time. And I hate to say no. You know what I mean? It's like, so I try to turn left before I get to them, so I'm not in their line of sight.
I know. I just like to remember they really don't care.
I know.
Either way. But if you walked in, there was cake.
They
There
count
was
on me
strawberry.
feeling bad.
I know they do. There was strawberry cake right there, which I had first, and then they had pizza right in the door. This cut up little chunks of pizza. Walk back towards the back, and there was cod on a warmer.
Oh.
And
Was there some
pork
barbecue?
pork tenderloin sandwiches they cut up.
That's what it was. It was back there, pork tenderloin.
Double dip on those. Went around twice. Waited about 5 minutes. Go back again the other direction. And then so I had double dip, and I was full.
Seriously, when I went there, I was hungry. I had some things I needed to get, and I thought I'll just grab a couple pieces of chicken because then I can eat it on the way. It's not pretty, but grab a couple drumsticks. I'm good, especially their baked chicken.
I'm sure there's nothing hotter than seeing a lady driving a Jeep eating fried chicken on the way home. So, do you wrap the kid? Do you have at least a napkin around the bone?
No.
You just eat. I would laugh so hard if I turned over and I looked over and I saw anyone eating fried chicken.
Just a couple drumsticks. It's baked. Okay, it's not like it's coated or anything.
It doesn't matter what it is.
They're not big. They're like 2 bites.
God.
I was hungry. Have you never done that? I've whipped through like Kentucky Fried, just grab a piece of chicken or two. Like a
I'm sure I have, but normally I get strips. They get chicken strips.
Hy-Vee is my thing though, as far as because I love their baked chicken.
Yeah,
smoked.
They're baked.
Smoked. I'm sorry, the smoked chicken. And they didn't have any. They just had the herb, and then they had the barbecue. And so I didn't get that. That's when I turned around and went, egg drop soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little healthier too.
A little healthier. Okay.
All right, we got another text here from this is but again about comfort meals. This is from DW. Comfort meal, first meal learned to cook canned spaghetti and crumbled hamburger, and they still make it to this day.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I never thought of putting hamburger in my SpaghettiOs.
Yep.
Basically is what it is. Chef Boyardee spaghetti.
Yep. I'm assuming canned spaghetti.
Have you had it as an adult?
Yeah,
Chef Boyardee or the raviolios?
I've never had it. I never liked those with the raviolis or the little meatballs in there.
They didn't taste at all like I remembered them.
No. They were good.
Really disappointed.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
I was. Yeah.
I'm sure they were tasted just like trash like back then too, but we were just kids.
I thought they were great. I know that was one of my favorites, but no. Okay, any more that you want to throw out right now?
Yeah, we got there's that's about it for right now for today.
All right, so the last couple mornings it's been a little cool, and so there's been a little frost on the pumpkins. I've seen a lot more bed sheets out in people's yards early in the morning when I'm driving in.
So dumb, by the way. Just let the plants go be with Jesus. You don't have to keep them around. Just let them go.
So I saw more than a few, but I heard that. Before I get there, I just wanted to throw out that small guy threw in a comment about your situation. 4 days no peeing in the corners.
Oh yeah, okay.
Apparently, one time his daughter woke up in quotes, and went into the kitchen. Was just standing by the trash can.
Okay.
And said, and he and his wife had noticed that, and they went out there and asked her what she was doing, and she was just completely out of it, and then asked her if she had to go to the bathroom, and yep, she did, and fortunately they got there in time.
Oh, good.
So there was no problem.
Good timing.
But all of a sudden she just walks out in the bathroom, just standing there.
That's creepy,
right?
Yeah,
a little creepy.
Like, hey, what are you doing?
Like when you talk about seeing movies where you see the kid just standing there looking over their parents, and the parents wake up, and you think, "That's it, I'm dead."
Right. That's it. I'm dead.
So Fremont Fred also wrote in and said, "Hey, I hope you at least bounced the Toon Blast team names I gave you off Julie Cornell before she left."
Did not.
No. I can promise you I did not bounce those names off anybody except Pat.
That's it. That's it.
And that's as far as that's going. But anyway, with the frost, a little bit of frost on the pumpkins, the kids get to school okay?
Yeah, there was a... That's funny. So this Friday morning, we had to get a new oven. I'm usually never at the house, first of all, when the kids leave, because I'm always up here at work. And we, 5 or 6 days ago, our previous, so the Monday or whatever, Sunday before, our oven went out. Like it had been flickering a lot.
Did the oven come with the house?
It did. And it was ugly.
How fortuitous for them.
Right. Right. But the clock was flickering. So I thought, well, me and my knowledge of appliances, let's reboot it. So we pulled the oven out.
Is it electric oven?
Yeah, it's electric. Okay. So unplugged it.
Counted to 30.
Blew on it like it was a Nintendo game, and plugged it back in. Never came back. That was it. So it was just holding on like that last little thread of power.
Just wait till they get comfortable here. And then we're going to die.
I know. Yep. So Beth hated it anyway. So took that opportunity to find a new oven that was better and it was cheap and whatever.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be better.
We're just typical Nebraskan.
Right.
We always have to claim we got it on the end cap at Walgreens.
But
we don't.
Clearance, yo.
Yeah, right. You always have to. People always have to say that. So I got a brand new. It was really cheap, and I got a great deal on it. Everybody
it's
does
like my
that.
version of hunting. Like I don't hunt, so I'm like I get something great on clearance. I tell everybody.
It's like you don't have to say it. Some people say it though, even when it's not true.
True. Yeah. True.
They just say, "Oh yeah, I got a brand new set." Well, it was cheap. I mean, I got a really good.
Nobody cares.
deal.
It's your own money,
it's okay.
dude. Right.
It's okay.
Good
Blow
point.
it on it. Get a good one.
Whatever
Get what you want.
And this one looks very nice. I'll show
Awesome.
you a picture. No big deal. I got a picture. So I'm never at the house at this time, but the delivery window, it wasn't Nebraska Furniture Mart that waits till the worst possible time to deliver things. The delivery window for us was between 7 and 11 this morning, and they called it like 6:30 and said, hey, we'll be there at 7 o'clock. Giddy up.
Boom.
So it was getting there about the same time the kids were leaving for school. And the kids got up, and it was frosty that morning.
Yeah.
Bennett parks outside. They stagger to the car, and about 2 minutes later, Sophia burst through the front door. We're not going to school. Can't get to school. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because the delivery truck was there. I thought maybe they were blocked in.
Yeah. Sure, that makes sense.
It says why I said, why? What's the matter? What's up? Well, the windows are frosted. I said, well, yeah.
Okay.
She goes, and Bennett, the scraper's not working. I said, how's this? It's a manual. It's a scraper. She goes, well, you just got to come here, Dad. Just come here. So I went outside and okay, now I don't know how much you're supposed to really teach a child step by step before you just kind of think by them seeing parents do things, they just kind of absorb it, right?
Right.
So I've never really sat down in his car and said, this is where the defroster is. This is how you defrost windows.
You just
this is
defrost
how you scrape. I never did that because I assume I did it all the time.
Growing up, you saw it happen and you just started
doing it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You didn't think about it.
Right. Just start doing it. So I showed him he was trying to scrape, but he was using the brush.
Okay.
Like that's for snow, but that's fine. So he started scraping and I'm like, this is how you scrape. So he's like, oh, okay. So he started scraping and I said, do you have your defroster on? He goes, I don't know. And I said, do you have your rear defroster? And he goes, I don't even know what that is.
What? I have what?
What? So I'm like, oh, okay. So Soph's in the car, absolutely freezing. So I look inside the car and I noticed that he not only doesn't have the defroster on, it's on the panel blowing right out at them on the, it's on the air conditioner. It's cool. Yeah, it's not warm. And the rear defroster is not pushed. No. So I get everything situated. I show him exactly what's up. Okay. By that time, he had the window scraped, and they took off. Disaster averted, but just went from they couldn't get to school. They were snowed in with the frost.
Was it done. There's a story this last weekend. Somebody I follow on Twitter. His son lives in California, and in his early 20s, and they've got the fires out there.
Yeah.
Right now because they've had the blackouts. So they've got electricity losses. You've got fires going on. People are trying to get out of harm's way. And they weren't in an emergency situation at that point, but they had lost power where his son was. And he just tweeted out, it's like, oh my God, hell's bells. This is it. Life's over. Because his son was freaking out because he's trying to get out of there. And again, he was not in harm's way at that moment, but they had already lost power. Let's just go somewhere else where we're going to be more comfortable. But they can't go. They're trapped. And he was just letting his dad know this is an awful situation. I don't know what to do. Well, the garage door won't open because they don't have any power. And he says, I've obviously failed as a father.
I can't. Well,
he says, I've obviously failed as a father.
Right.
I never showed him how to.
But if that situation
pull that cord.
never comes up, like if it never comes up where you have to release that from the opener, it would never cross my mind to show the kids that.
When you even, I mean, did you not, like, if you see the cord, what's that for?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah,
I mean, you would think.
Maybe, I don't know.
But would they remember it? Would they retain it? Because they ask questions constantly, and you give them answers, and then they don't retain any of it.
And not all the answers are accurate, I'm sure, too.
No,
it's
just at
like,
best.
Oh my God, just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop talking to me.
Right.
So I had to laugh because I thought he was just like, oh my God.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Same boat.
This is my kid. And he doesn't realize he can get his car out of the garage. He's trapped. It's over. So there you go.
Well, we'd love to hear from you guys. Text us 402-403-9478 anywhere on social media. It's Pat and JT. Thank you for listening to our podcast.
Pat and JT Podcast. a Parkville Media Production.